Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Gaiden, and this is ZPF on Sega's Megadrive. I don't know why I have to pronounce Megadrive like that. Contractual situation. I'm obliged to. Oh, the title screen's colour morphing. How exciting. This is a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up featuring... There were some boobs there. Featuring spaceships and a man and a elf in a boob tube trying to sell you stuff from the back of his van. And here we have a fantasy landscape. This game is a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up in which you fly down a very fixed tunnel. The game does not scroll vertically, as far as I can tell. Shooting weirdly designed enemies that fire kind of glowing tic-tacs at you, which are fairly easy to see. And you use your, in this case, daggers to blow their faces clean off their skulls. And you have a melee attack, which is bigger daggers with which to blow their faces off their fishy, in this case, fishy skulls. You have lots of parallax scrolling though, and you have some detailed enemies. You have a weird mixture of styles, so some of it looks cartoony, some of it less so, like these clouds look like they're from Chicky Chicky Boys rather than a kick-ass Mega Drive shoot 'em up. But as you can see, the game plays a bit like, is it Lords of Thunder on the PC Engine? And I think that's a direct, like the people who made this game, that's a game that did inspire them. Is it Winds of Thunder? Lords of Thunder? Can't remember. It's a cool PC Engine game though, with a rockin' sort of CD soundtrack. This one obviously doesn't have a CD soundtrack. It has rather insipid music, to be fair, but some nice sound effects. The stages, as you can see, are split into multiple sections. The game doesn't really contain a single continuous stage. It kind of just dumps out a load of tiles, then loads a load of tiles in, and this one is the Mushroom Kingdom. You'll find Mario if you look closely in the background. You won't, because that'd be litigation from a lawyer then at that point, wouldn't it? Like I said, it's got some weird style issues. I think it's some of it's super cartoony. Look at the waves and things in the backgrounds, and some of it's kind of a bit more serious, a bit more granular. So I don't quite know what they were going for. But the colour scheme is always lurid. The gameplay is fine. The melee shot thing is interesting for this character at least. You shoot things, you get coins out of them, that increases your coin score at the bottom, with which you can buy upgrades at the end of a level. And I think the characters are locked into these weapons. I've certainly not found a new weapon for any of them. The bosses are quite big, not entirely interesting. This is just random, this part of the stage. You're killing giant turtles that are already, well, I don't know if you're killing them, you're kind of robbing them of their shell-based gems. And they're looking kind of nonplussed about it, so they're obviously okay with you taking their shell gems. The scrolling, as you can see, on this game is baffling. They kind of do the reverse of what you'd expect from parallax scrolling, which is, you know, it's up to them. It's a visual trope of theirs, I guess. It's something which, you know, makes their game unique at least. It's potentially irritating to look at, although to be fair, it hasn't distracted me. There are some issues with visibility on some bullets and some levels. This boss looks like he's from a completely different game. Looks like it's from Shadow of the Beast or something, and not particularly well animated or good looking. This game's okay. If I was to choose between this game and Earthyon, being the last two Mega Drive shooters that have been released, I think I'd have a tough time. I think they're both of very similar quality. Earthyon's obviously got a sort of a harder sci-fi theme. This has got like a weirder, more eclectic kind of theme going on. Like I say, it's like a mixture of fantasy, like high fantasy Lord of the Rings based nonsense plus science, sci-fi, like hard sci-fi spaceships is weird. It's weird. Whereas, you know, Eartheon is just your standard kind of spaceship shootout. I'm going to say this, I don't like either of them that much. I don't think these games are that great. I think they're kind of, if they came out back in the day, I think they'd have been solid 8 out of 10 sort of games, 7 maybe out of 10. They're certainly not Thunder Force beaters, they're not Musher LS beaters, so I don't know. Look at the madness in this background. This level's also got some really cheap enemies in it, which fire like wave weapons at you without you realising that's what's going to happen. There we go. How disguised are those little shitheads against that background? Super disguised. They're camouflaged like a frickin' predator against that background. Got some, you know, got lots of screens with like Japanese sort of Oni devil masks on them. And we've got a sprite scaling explosion there. How exciting! So the melee weapon for the spaceship here that we're looking at is a ball that kind of flies off at a weird angle, not very good. And then the last spaceship, which looks like something from Androdunos, has a thing which kind of just flops out of it, like just flops out the front, just kind of sits there. It's pretty shite. So my favourite character so far is the Knight, and although I do like the wide shot on this spaceship, it doesn't, after a certain point, get rid of things quick enough. This is kind of like, I suppose, the Akira level in the game. Weird, isn't it? It's weird that they've got like a Goblin's Castle and then kind of Neo Tokyo from Akira with some super detailed spaceships, but it's just all a bit ugly, a bit bad. I paid £50 for this game, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear. I bought physical, because why not support physical? You can buy a download for, I think, about £15, and you can use that with your other drives or your Mega SG, I suppose. But as a physical item, it comes with a clamshell box with Megacat Studios emblazoned on the interior. You get a front cover, and you get an instruction book which is printed and in colour, and a cart sticker with on top of a cart which you can plug into your device. Yeah, it's a physical item, like a real world thing that exists that you can touch with your hands and smell if you want to. You can even lick it if you want to, but I don't suggest you do that. Smelling's fine, licking not so good. The touching's all just recommended. What other senses have you got? A sense of style? This game hasn't got a sense of style. Oh, zing! He zinged there. Right, yeah, 50 quid, not worth it. I'm sorry, I don't think it's worth 50 quid. It's just, well, I'm glad they're making Megadrive games. I just wish this one was a bit better. It's okay, it's fine. Like I say, a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 game. But it's not going to be, well, I would imagine it's not going to be your favourite Megadrive shooting game, because it isn't that brilliant. The colour cycling thing is quite, you know, it's quite groovy, using the whole of the Mega Drive's colour palette. But so it does have some technical things going on which are interesting. I mean, the game doesn't, I've not noticed the game slowing down much. The game doesn't flicker much either, so that's good. Well done there. High fives all around. And the colour cycling's kind of impressive, I guess, for a Mega Drive. But it's just a bit ugly. Music. Yeah. I'm listening to it now. I'm not liking it. Alright, well, gameplay's fine though. It plays like Lords of Thunder, whatever it's called on the PC Engine. Winds of Change. I don't know what that game's called. I can't remember the top of my head. I think it is Lords of Thunder, isn't it? Okay, well that's ZPF. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra!